Life could be a very humbling experience or a very troubling experience. Let me explain what I mean here. Everybody goes through something. Everybody is undergoing something. Every single person has a story, right? And every single person who has a story, every person is different. So therefore, everyone has a unique and a custom tailored story in a weird sense. And life can be very humbling or it could be very troubling, depending on how you view it and how you perceive life. I'll give you an example. For me, I view life as sure, I am aware that my life is challenging, it is difficult, I do undergo certain things than most. However, if you put it in perspective, really my challenging experience may be more challenging than most. However, when you look outside and you think in a different point of view, you realize that you may have a more troubling experience and may have more challenges than most, but it is only within your circle, within the people who are around you. And let me explain bigger as to what it is I'm trying to say here. Is sure, again, I do undergo certain challenges and obstacles and setbacks and breakdowns and frustrations and sacrifices or pain, to say the least, just like everyone else. And when I can think in a different perspective, that like right now, I don't want to say the actual word because I don't know if this video will get shut down or whatever or what through YouTube guidelines. But right now is a perfect example. Let me rephrase that. Excuse me. Not a perfect example, but right now I think it is a good example to take into account that right now there are two countries that have been fighting for a very long time, and I cannot, and the reason why I say it's a humbling experience is life can be humbling or troubling, is because right now, sure, I can, let's just say, I will give you a great example. Is when I was younger, when I lost my mental health, when I was undergoing a mental health crisis, a really major breakdown. Eventually, I will talk about my mental health battle, and literally life broke me. It broke my spirit. It broke me. Excuse me, it broke me to say the least. And eventually, I will talk about it. However, I don't want to talk about it much yet, and I haven't really told that story just yet because I haven't quite found all the answers to that I am seeking, to say the least. And I know eventually I will find those answers. However, back to my mental health. At that time, when I had a mental health crisis and I broke down, in my mind at that time was, this is happening, that is happening. At that time I lost feeling in my right hand. I couldn't feel my hand. That broke me because this is my dominant hand. This is the hand that I can basically do anything with. And I couldn't, and I had an experience where I fell asleep wrong with my procedure. And with this procedure, I woke up, had no feeling. This was a journey within itself. I made a video about it. I'll put the link in the description. And anyhow, over time, this went numb. I was undergoing a lot of stuff at the time, mentally and emotionally, and it broke me, to say the least. And back to how I was saying, like right now there are two countries that are going through something, right? And the way I can say is humbling is, who am I to say, like when I reflect back and through reflection and through me learning and growing in a sense, growing and learning, becoming a better me, and again through reflection, who am I to say no one can understand? Or who am I to say, who am I to say and feel like I am the only one who is going through something, to say the least, right? Like right now, sure, again, I do have my own set of challenges, my own set of obstacles, right? But do I really have it that bad as much as I would tell myself? Like, again, right now I have a different mindset, a different perspective. And in this context of the video, I'm talking about my mental health, right? Like, who would I be when I reflect on who I was? Who am I to say I have it bad? When, again, in perspective, there's 2 countries right now who are going through something, and there's people and children who are waking up, not and hearing boom, or hearing that or whatever. Like, that's a real struggle. That's a real challenge. That's a real fight, literally, you know what I mean? And I wanted to make this video because life can be very humbling or it could be very challenging. It is up to you to stop feeling sorry for yourself. Pick your head up. Find a way to get through whatever it is you are going through. Stop thinking and telling yourself and believing that that you are where you are because of someone else. That you are the only one who is going through something. That you are the only one who is being challenged mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it may be. I wanted to make this video, and I'm losing concentrated thought here. I was going somewhere with this. But anyhow, life can be very challenging or humbling. The way you view life is completely up to you. It's the way your mindset is, it's the thoughts you think, it's your behaviors. And in order for you to correct your behaviors, in order for you to better your thoughts, to think more positive and abundant thoughts, in order for you to get through whatever it is that you are going through, you have to stop feeling sorry for yourself, and you have to start putting yourself down and preventing yourself from getting up, because you can be the reason as to who you are, and you can be the reason as to who you become. Everything is up to you. That's what I learned. I wanted to make this video, and for a very, very long time, and I had to do a deep dive through reflection and really have a really good self-talk. And I was like, I used to hold myself back when I would make these videos, because I was like, well, I don't want to offend this person, or I don't want to what could be good for one can hurt another, to say the least. And I had to do a deep dive through reflection, and I was like, Vic, what kind of videos would help you? What kind of videos would you like to hear? What kind of videos would you genuinely watch? And that, for me, was a huge game changer, again, through a recent reflection. And I was like, you know what? I think I have a much more clear vision as to how I am going to start creating my content for the future going forward. And I wanted to make this video because, again, life can be very humbling or it could be very challenging. It is up to you on how you perceive life, and it is up to you on how you either break, it is up to you. I came up with a saying, I'm going to end it here. I came up with a saying that says, pain will either break you or create you. And that quote, that saying, came from a part of me that needed to hear those exact words, which is why I made the saying and the quote, and which is why I made it public, which is why I share it within my page, my feed, my website, and overall in this video. Anyhow, I love you, I appreciate you, and remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.